同学们好。同学们好。我叫Kikun老师 and I'm going to be teaching you Chinese. My previous stream ended suddenly because of my internet, but pretty much I'm going to be going over it again. I'm going to be making sure that it doesn't do that again. Anyway, oh no, I opened a tab that I did not mean to open. Alright, so I'm going to start with the tones. So there are 4 tones in Chinese. Technically there's a 5th tone, but that's actually it's not really counted as a tone. So we got 4 tones. They can be numbered. I prefer numbering them because it helps me memorize better. So we got the first tone. Tones add depth to Chinese. Each tone of each sound, it will make a different character, a different meaning. So that's why if you say the wrong tone, oh well, you just said a completely different word. So we got the first tone, ma. The second tone, ma. And the third tone, ma. And the fourth tone, ma. The second tone and the fourth tone sound very similar, but I assure you, it's best to give a little bit more depth to the fourth one to make it seem a little bit more different. So, with these 4 tones, they all mean different things. We have ma as it's part of the word mama, which is mother. I think it's already obvious though. But then there's ma, and that means really? Or it adds in the question word. It's the question word, like the word that's used for ending in questions. Then we got ma, which is scold, and it's not nice to say this because it's a scolding thing. You're being angry at someone. And then we have ma, which means horse. So if you confuse ma with ma, you just called your mother a horse, and that is not nice. Anyway, going on, we have, let's start with, let me get it up. So there's 4 pronouns I'm going to be teaching today, because I'm going to be explaining they and we later. Because it needs a certain character. So we have 我, which is I, 他, which is he, 她, which is her, and 你, which is you. So the 2 tas here that we have are pretty much they're both interchangeably. It's the same sound, but it's different characters. The only way that you can tell the difference between a girl and between male and female pronouns here is the character that they use. There's other pronouns, but then it adds another character to it, so I'm going to be explaining it later. So in 我 we have the first character here, which you see, when you write the characters, it's always horizontal first, but I'm not going to be getting into tone yet. But pretty much, we have the different characters all symbolize different things. As you see with the ta and ta, it's the first one. It has to do with males. The second one is the character for female. It's 牛. That's the radical. The first part of that character is the radical, which is 牛 for the female, and for the male, it's this. We don't usually use that's not like the singular male character radical, but but it's more like the radical of it, which shows that it's male. Same thing with 你. That doesn't mean that it's male. You don't have to add 牛 for that. Okay, now going on, I'm going to be showing you another Next, we have 𝕃𝕖. As you see, you don't usually write, when you're writing pinyin, or the pinyin, you do not usually write the, another, like, look, the how is fourth tone, but you do not usually add the, what it says fourth tone, because there's already the same fourth tone right in front of it. Therefore, you don't need to write the fourth tone 2 times in a row. You can write it like if it goes on later, but like not 2 times in a row. So we have 𝕃𝕖. If you notice, I go ni instead of ni because it becomes a second tone. It will sound like second tone because there's two after another. That only applies to fourth tone. So we have 𝕃𝕖, which means hello. It literally means you good. And yeah, you don't need to add like, oh, you good? You don't need to say it like that, because that, if you wanted to ask something like how are you, because that's what it pretty much means, that's what you good means, it would be 你好吗? 你好吗? Ma is the question word. That's what makes it into a question. But it's just mainly 你好. That means hello. That's the main greeting in China. Next thing we have is再见. 再见 means goodbye. Yeah, there's not much to explain for this other than I accidentally wrote there, two after another. But it's not really, you don't usually write it, but you can write it if you want to be a bit extra, but do what you want. Anyway, the next thing, I might be going a little bit too fast, but you can always pause and like breathe. The next thing I'm teaching is names. Not what your name's going to be. No, I can make another lesson on that. But for names, it's 我叫. No, 我叫. Sorry, I did that wrong. Sorry. So we got 我叫. And that pretty much means my name is. 我 means my, I, or myself, pretty much. And then we have 叫, which is to be called. That's the actual, it's a verb really. It's to be called. You don't need to say, oh, 我叫名字, because 名字 means name. But you don't need to actually add that. So I'm going to be writing down, if you want to add a little bit more to 我叫, you can have, let's just say my Chinese name is, 中文 is Chinese, 中国 is China. So I'm going to write that down. So we got 中国, 中文. So these, 中国 and 中文. Alright. Let's just see if I have Chinese keyboard. Oh yes, I do. So yeah. Oh no, why isn't it working? Okay, there. So we have 中国 and 中文. It's ZH, not Jo. It's not Zong, it's Zhong. I need to replicate. I need to duplicate this. So we're gonna be mainly doing pinyin first, because it's kind of hard with the other stuff. But there's 中国. Oh no, I'm on the wrong keyboard. It went in Chinese. So 中国 and 中文. Sorry, this might take a while. I'm trying to write everything. You have 中国 and 中文. Okay, so okay, class. So we have ZH is pronounced J, not za or zo. It's J. So 中国. I cannot really add the tones here, but it's 中国, 中国, and 中文. 中国 means China. 国 means country or kingdom, because before they used to use that as the kingdom and stuff. But pretty much the next thing is 中文. When is the what you put for the language. You take out the word country, and then you add in the word language. So 中国 means China. 中文 means Chinese. 中国 literally means middle kingdom. 中文 means middle, because that's what China saw themselves as the middles. So it's middle language, the middle kingdom's language. Now, the word, I have another word for you. Okay, I just need to write it down. So we have 名, we have 名字. Give me a second. We have 名字, which means name. Here. So this is 我的中文名字叫. I'm gonna teach you the main. Okay, I just need to do this. Oh no, Chinese keyboard. 我的中文名字叫. I'm gonna dissect this. So first we have 我的. The is considered the fifth tone. It only has a slight sound like a d. It's only a tiny sound, so that's why they don't usually say it's part of the tones. It's 我的. So 我的中文名字叫 or 叫我的中文名字叫. 名字 is name. 中文 is China, so my Chinese name is 我的中文名字叫. My Chinese name is called, and then for mine I would say 汉语. 我的中文名字叫汉语. Now we have 我的中文名字叫. So you say my Chinese name is blank. Now this could be changed as, let's just say you don't want to use your Chinese name. You want to say your English name. So 我的英文 is English. 我的英文. See, I changed it. Okay, let's change this. Oh no, I'm still on 中文. Now we have your English name. 我的英文名字叫. We have 英. 我的英文名字叫. And then you would say, oh, my name is 我的英文名字叫. Let me think. I don't really have 我的英文名字叫 Kikun, because Kikun isn't actually an English name. It's just what I use here. So I'm just gonna pretend that it's an English name. But pretty much you would say, oh, 我的英文名字叫 let me think. You go like, oh, 我的英文名字叫 Johnny. 我的英文名字叫 Emily. You would say like that. So, as you see, 英文 means English. 名字 is name. So, my and the is like the of word. It means like of. So, 我的 my 我的 means my. 英文 English. 名字 which is name, and 叫 which is like to be called. So go in the comments if you want and just say, oh, my name is, and then say the name you want to put down, or the name you want for Chinese in there. Alright, so now removing this. It is 3:29 and our class is ending, so I'm going to be ending this note on how to say goodbye. So we have再见. 再见 means goodbye. I cannot really explain what each character means because they all mean different things. But 再见, it's the third tone in third tone. So 再见. Well, 再见, 同学们, that means goodbye, students. Kikun signing out. If you have any other questions, you can always just ask in the comments, okay? Or if you want something to be in the next lesson, you can always say that. Well, goodbye, 再见.